The importance of prenatal care during extreme heat. Strong odor leads to arrest in downtown St. George, and Snow Canyon's Latino in Action Club sets a record.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Christy Langenheim. On Sunday, a suspicious odor and false identity claims led to an early morning arrest of a fugitive wanted out of Texas for aggravated robbery and kidnapping, in addition to multiple charges filed in Washington County. The suspect, 23-year-old Chaz LaCour Griffin from San Antonio, Texas, had 2 active warrants, both extraditable from Utah. The first was issued for an aggravated kidnapping case that involved the use of a weapon, while the second was issued for an aggravated robbery case. Griffin is being held in jail on the 2 first-degree felony warrants issued out of Texas and remains in custody on a no-bail hold. The growing heat wave just before the start of summer is bad enough for most people, but what about expectant mothers? St. George News reporter Chris Reed, with the help of maternity doctor Dr. Kirsty Fuller, explores the challenges both expectant mothers and those who have recently given birth face during times of extreme heat. Here's Chris Reed with the story.
Has the heat been tough? How about for expectant mothers? A new Harvard study says that heat waves can result in an increase in premature births. Dr. Kirsty Fuller, a fetal medicine specialist at St. George Regional Hospital, said the increase noted in the study is actually negligible. And there's nothing in the study that changes how OBGYNs advise pregnant women. He says overall, the advice for those who are expecting is the same for most people during extreme heat. Don't overdo the sun and hydrate.
I think it can be very deceiving in how much water you need in a day. And everybody's a little different depending on what they eat and their activity level and how much they're outside and things like that. But usually a good rule of thumb is like your urine. It's going to show you if your urine's pretty clear, then you're plenty hydrated. If it's not, then you're probably not doing a good enough job.
The thing Fuller said she would like to see those who are pregnant do more is take extra care in the immediate weeks after the baby is born.
I actually like to see patients 1 to 2 weeks after they deliver to be like, okay, you doing okay, girl? How's it going? Let's talk about breastfeeding. Let's talk about your mood. Let's talk about your activity. How is everything going? You wait 6 weeks, either they figured it out or they're floundering and they're doing terrible.
Thanks, Chris. The Latinos in Action Club at Snow Canyon High School completed 24 service projects within the 9-month school year, making it the highest number of projects ever undertaken by the school's club. We'll go to Bridger Palmer for more on this story.
The Latinos in Action Club at Snow Canyon High School achieved a milestone this year, completing 24 service projects in 9 months. They engaged in various community service activities and spent time at Arrowhead and Sunset elementary schools. A member of Latinos in Action, Jared Gonzalez, shared how he's built a bond with the local students.
It was very special. Most of us built connections with the little kids,
Over the past few years, the club has grown from 12 members up to 45. Outgoing senior and vice president Cynthia Vo hopes in the future the club continues going strong.
I feel a little protective because I've been a part of this group since the second semester of my sophomore year. We've just gone new levels this year.
But 16-year-old Abraham Aguilar is confident that as long as they're under their teacher Paul Hill, who won the Best Teacher Award at the Latinos in Action Conference, things will continue to go well.
Our teacher, Mr. Hill, he was actually really great, supported us in any way possible. No matter any struggle we did, he always gave his opinion, which also helped us.
Thanks, Bridger. The city of St. George has hired Dixie High School and BYU graduate Mike Jerka as the director of golf operations. Jerka will oversee all golf operations, teaching facilities, and personnel at the 4 city-owned courses, which include Sunbrook, Southgate, Dixie Red Hills, and St. George Golf Club. Previously, Jerka was the director of golf operations for Homestead Resort and Golf Club in Midway, Utah. Jerka returns to St. George with his wife, Mikkel, and their 4 children. St. George News reporter Alicia Lundgren discovers Southern Utah's wildlife rehabilitation services and the impact they have on our local wildlife. Here's Alicia with the story.
Southern Utah's wildlife rehabilitators work with various animals, healing and releasing them, putting them up for adoption, or making them the focus of educational programs. Ellie Greer, who works at Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab, explains what to do if a person should find a sick, injured, or orphaned animal.
You're going to find all types of animals that might need help. Now, the number one thing to do is to get it to the nearest rehabber. You can find your nearest rehabber by going to Animal Help Now. The website is going to be ahnow.org, and they'll have all the information you need, including the emergency numbers to reach all rehabbers in your area. Finding wildlife, you want to be able to help put them in a nice, quiet box with air holes and a soft padded area, and then put them in probably a bathroom or a closet where it can just be nice and dark, as calm as possible, because stress is just going to make everything potentially worse for them. And then get them to your nearest rehabber. We do want to make sure that we don't try to interact with them, pet them, hold them, or try to feed them anything, just because all these guys do need their own specialized care. And if they do need any immediate help, your rehabber will be able to give you very specific directions to help the animals until you can get them to that rehabber.
Enoch Wildlife Rescue's co-founder, Martin Tyner, shares the aspect of his job that keeps him going.
Someone's got to take care of these critters. And, you know, I've had the good fortune of working with sick and injured native wildlife for 57 years. And the reward is that every time I can take an eagle like this and release it back to the wild, that's one more eagle in the sky. And it just really does my heart good.
Tyner went on to say that education is one of the major focuses of his work, as it encourages people to value the animals.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Christy Langenheim with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.